What's up, guys? TheMtVernonkid here back again. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the opinion spot. And today's segment, guys, today I'm finally gonna do this. I wanted to finally get this out to everybody. And I wanted to hear your opinions on it because that's what the opinion spot is for. A segment, my opinion. I want to hear your opinion on it. And today, guys, we're here to talk about one thing: Malibu Comics, the Ultraverse. Probably a lot of people don't know this. This kind of shows my age in terms of the comics, but yeah, this should be interesting. Very interesting indeed. Malibu Comics was a comic company back in the late 80s that ran from the late 80s, 87 to early 1990s. When sales started to drop during the 90s, of course, it was later acquired by Marvel. So basically, Marvel owns now this property, similar to kind of like DC and Milestone Comics and things like that. And for a short time, guys, Marvel was still continuing the titles, you know. Now, for all those who don't know any of the characters from Malibu, there are characters like Nightman, Ultraverse, Prime, characters like that. Even the Men in Black. The Men in Black was a Malibu property. Yeah. But with having said that, guys, we have not seen nor heard from these characters in a long time. And with everybody talking about Donny Cates bringing back the UltimateVerse, Earth 1610, I, for one, said to myself, no. Why bring that line back? Why bring that line back? They kind of killed that line with Ultimatum, in my opinion. That was the chopping block right there, when they wiped out half of the characters in Ultimatum. Thank you, Jeff Lowe, for that bullshit. Excuse my language. But yeah. So why? And I said to myself, why not bring back other multiverse universes like Earth 982, which is the world that is basically Marvel MC2, where May Parker comes from, somebody like that. And then I just said, you know what? What about the Ultraverse? Earth 93060. I had to get that right. Make sure I get that right. And kind of play it off a little bit like how DC is supposed to be doing with the Milestone characters. Fresh, new stories. You don't have to have been able to have read past stories. Give it a new flavor with new creative teams, for somebody to just jump on board without any kind of, well, do I have to read this series to know what's going on? No. Just has to be creative teams bringing their own twists and turns to these characters. The one thing about the Ultraverse, or the Malibu characters, they do have a feel and a flair of the Marvel characters, and a little bit of, you know, the DC as well. For example, let's take Prime, for example. Prime is a little bit of Thor, but also a lot of Billy Batson. He's this young man who can turn into this big, hulking, muscle-bound, superpowered hero. However, what is different is he doesn't say a word or has a magic hammer. Basically, it's kind of like he goes inside this like gelatinous like substance that creates this outer body for him and makes him look like this muscle-bound man. You know, Ultra Force is kind of like their version of the Avengers. Their number one heroes coming together to face a threat that no one of them could face alone. Nightman is kind of like I would say a little bit like Batman, but not, you know, he's got more gadgets than anything. He did make a crossover with Wolverine back in the 90s. I have it. And there's so many other characters in there. I'm just giving you a few, but those are like some of the big ones. But it would make some sense of why bring back the Ultraverse, which to me is Donny Gates is really coming to his own flavor as a writer, and he's damn good. But I still feel that the Ultimate Universe is just it's not there anymore. When they did it early 1990s, early 2000s, and so on, it was a flair for introducing these characters into a world. Basically they imply was creating these characters in the modern era, like they got their powers, they were born in the modern era. Okay. However, a lot of people fell flat because of the fact that, well, there are a lot of people that got into comics through the Ultimate lineup, and I had an old friend who used to say to me, I never liked Captain America. Why? Because he read Ultimate Captain America, and Ultimate Captain America, ladies and gentlemen, was a dick. He was a complete dick, and that threw people off. So when I showed him 616, the real Cap, he was blown away. He was, well, okay. They took the ball and ran for it as long as they could, but after a while, creatives, they just changed everything, and Ultimatum was one of the biggest things. They tried to go on after it. Miles sold well, but he was the only character that was selling. Sometimes you gotta know when to back off. And I feel that being that we have not seen these characters in the Ultraverse, the Malibu characters, for years and years, it would be an interesting take for Marvel to bring them back in a new line of books. Not a lot of them, just bring back a core, a nucleus, and then you branch out from there. You understand? Branch out from there. I think it would be a very interesting twist. It would be very interesting to do. Now, having said that, there are some speculations of why Marvel won't do it. They won't do it. A lot of them, there was Stephen Eaglehart who said in, I believe, a podcast that the reason why Marvel won't do it is because if they do put out these lines, that Marvel would have to pay the former owners of Marvel a percentage of that. I can't really speculate and say I believe that. I don't know. However, the other speculation, and we had Tom Vernob, you know, who's denied that. But then the other reason is there's speculations of another person, I'm forgetting his name right now, he has ownership, or he is putting his hand in a pot. So there's a lot of speculations of why. But for me, it'd be very interesting that Marvel could do it. The creative teams behind it would be very interesting. Who would they get for the characters? Who would they want for the characters? Marvel has some good writers that could probably nail these characters, put their own twist to it, keep intact the essence of those characters, but put their own twist to it. It would just feel different, something different. I know Marvel loves to stick now. They're sticking true to their bread and butter of the 616 with a little bit of other, you know, Ghost Spider, basically Gwen Stacy, you know, that's Earth. That's another multi-Earth. That's Earth 65 and things like that. But what about the Ultraverse? Hell, and there's probably gonna be people in the comments saying, what about Marvel bringing back the Noir universe? The Noir universe was great, you know, building these characters in the 1920s, 30s. That was very interesting. there's some characters I could have seen. I'm surprised they didn't do. They did Luke Cage. Iron Fist would have been perfect in that, universe. I would have loved to seen Elektra, and White Tiger, and they did the Punisher. I think they did Daredevil. They did the X-Men. They did Wolverine. They did. I think Iron Man was their last one they did. But it would be very interesting indeed to see Marvel do this. Maybe give it a shot. Build it up and run it from there. That's my opinion. Just mine. What about yours, guys? Would you be okay if Marvel announced that they're bringing back the Ultraverse lineup, the Ultraverse, and it's gonna feel a little bit like what DC is supposed to be doing with the milestone characters? DC, I'm still waiting on those characters. What the hell? Let's go. Don't tease me. I'm trying not to curse, but I already did. Don't tease me, guys. But other than that, guys, this is TheMtVernonkid coming to you again with the opinion spot, where your opinion matters. That's my slogan for this. I'd love to hear your comments in the comment section down below. If you never heard of the Ultimate Universe or you ever heard of the Ultraverse or Malibu, the Malibu characters, do your research into them. And when you finish doing your research, then give me your opinion. But other than that, guys, this is TheMtVernonkid saying peace, one love, stay tuned, my pack. Keep it real. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up, like, subscribe. But please leave your input in the comment section down below. Bye.